Good afternoon. So, as the eagle-eyed amongst you will notice, this is not a Royal Enfield shotgun. This is the rather lovely Royal Enfield Classic 650. Just off for a quick ride around the roads around Tadcaster. I did the Bear review recently, and as some of you know, I concluded that the Bear was not, for me, a replacement for the Himalayan. Doesn't mean I wouldn't want to buy one. Definitely still on the short list of bikes I'd like to buy. However, I had a fondness for the Royal Enfield shotgun, which I had from when I bought the Himalayan. I did a quick test ride on that at the time, and had to make a decision between the two, and went for the Himalayan as the better all-round bike. But I always thought I might come back and get the shotgun later. And then obviously the Bear was introduced, and maybe wonder whether that was the best of both worlds. A single bike would do everything, and consequently went back to ride that recently. So in that ride, which I'll put the link up on the screen now, I decided that actually the Himalayan is the better do everything bike, and I stand by that. He's a fabulous machine. It has a different character. Not that he doesn't have a character, but he does have a different character. I think I wanted to go up there. Let's find somewhere to turn around. You have to forgive me on today's rides. We are in places I am not familiar with at all, so there may be a few wrong turns and U-turns. Yes, I concluded in that last video. Oh, do you listen to that? Oh, that's a lovely thing. Concluded in that last video that as much as I like the Bear, it wouldn't replace Himalayan, but still very much on shortlist as a potential second bike. There's a lot of you commenting saying actually you've gone for a Bear and it's now your only bike, so I am still very tempted with that. Some of you obviously changing off much bigger machines, as I did myself. I mean, moving to the Himalayan 450, moving off 130 brake BMW bike. It was a bit of a difference, 1250 down to 450 cc's. But it's not been a negative one at all. I absolutely love it. It's very happy to have made that change, and I think in some ways by not moving to something that's directly comparable, it's easier to adjust. Anyway, I digress yet again. Still considering the Bear, but I also wanted to go back to consider the shotgun, because the ride I had on it before was very short, shall we say. 20 minutes around busy traffic in St Helens, not particularly long enough to get a feel for the bike. So I was working over in New York this week, contacted Eddy's Moto in Tadcaster, where I bought my Himalayan from. Mentioned to them I was looking at buying a shotgun as a second bike, and tried to get a test ride. They came back and told me unfortunately they don't have a shotgun demonstrator at the moment, but they said to me if I wanted to take the Classic 650 out, they're very, very similar bikes in the obviously engine setup, etc., riding position. To use the exact words were, if you close your eyes, you could be riding the shotgun. Well, I'm not going to try that. But yeah, ultimately, so I'll take the test ride, take the lovely Classic out, and give it a go. So here I am. on the lovely Classic 650. So this is the red and white one. I have to say my least favourite colourway, although the red colour is very, very nice. Not particularly keen on the lighter tank or the writing. Just purely personal preference. It's still an impossibly pretty bike to look at. I've done a lovely job with this. And obviously, whereas the shotgun is blacked out and a bit more modern looking, this has those classic retro vibes. This is a I will say it's more vibey than the Bear, actually. For the same engine, definitely more feel through the seat, shall we say, is a nicest way of putting it. Not in a bad way at all, but you know you're on something good, shall we say. Where are we? I think I want to go here. I had a very brief look at a map to know where I'm going, because it's not an area familiar with at all, so please forgive my riding. I've never been down these roads before. But I decided the easy thing to do, rather than try and set up the Tripper app or bolt my phone to the handlebars and ruin the look of this lovely bike, was to just keep turning right. So it's fairly rural and should be quite easy to navigate. At the moment, I'm getting absolutely pelted with bugs, so I hope when we get away from some of these fields, it gets a little bit easier. So yes, took him up on the offer of the test ride, and here we are. So just a little hour out and see what I think in comparison to the Bear. I know these are passing places, but actually they're pretty deep. I think I might stop in one of these and just do a little walk around here. You know what, that's pretty good to me. So here we go then. So they did apologise for being slightly on the grubby side. It's been parked underneath trees, so not looking at its cleanest, but I think you'll agree, still a very, very nice looking bike. Even in this red and white, which is not my favourite colourway, it really does have a lovely look to it. Love the front of this. And actually, that speedometer and cluster is lovely. It's nice they've fitted the Tripper to it, because that would be used. I do tend to use the Tripper on the Himalayan. If I had this, okay, maybe it's a Sunday B-road kind of bike and I wouldn't necessarily need nav, but it's still nice to have that option without trying to bolt a phone to the front of something like this. But yeah, it's so, needless to say, same 650cc parallel twin engine. Obviously in this one, rather than the shotgun, you've got the chrome casings and the chrome headers. You've got one of the big differences, I guess, between these two is the wheels. We've got a 19 front and an 18 rear, and this particular one tubed and spoked, whereas the shotgun, if I remember, is slightly smaller, so 17 rear, 18 front, and obviously they are cast wheels with tubeless tyres, so that's going to change the weight a little bit, and this bike is a few kilograms heavier than the shotgun. The other big difference is the forks. So we've got on this one standard cartridge forks, same diameter I believe, same travel as well, whereas the shotgun has upside down forks from Showa, which will improve the handling a bit, no doubt. The shocks on the rear, though, I believe are the same, 90 mils travel. The brakes, 320 mil front, and I believe a 300 mil rear on this. Both twin pot calipers front and rear, so really nice feel to the brakes, no question there. And yeah, adjustable levers, switch gears, all the standard Royal Enfield. I didn't notice, I was to say standard Royal Enfield, but the nice metal stuff with the kind of shiny Bakelite looking switches on top, which is really nice, and those barrel grips, which I mentioned on the Bear, that I really like as well. So this one's still equipped with the pannier seat. I think they look best when that subframe's removed and you've got the single seat position. But obviously it's nice you can buy and have both. Lights are quite low, obviously, and you've got those nice exhaust pipes on the side. And you hear as we pull away, I mentioned, I think, on the Bear that I thought the sound was better on the twin exhaust setup than it is on the Bear. Not much in it. I mean, it's complaining you hear more of the engine on the Bear. I think you hear more of the exhaust on this, but I think that's definitely the case. It does have a bassier tone to this one, without a doubt. And LED headlight, same as on the Himalayan, but doesn't look out of place because obviously Himalayan's quite classic looking anyway. Anyway, let's get back on the bike. Actually, before we carry on, let me just try and capture that sound. There's a properly lovely sounding bike. It does just sound absolutely beautiful. Oh, sorry, me. Right, let's go left and then go right. As many junctions as possible is fine by me because I just like doing that and making that noise. Blimey, need the whole road. Interesting way to take that corner. Long Marston, York, that sounds about right. I think we can head in. Forget the names of the villages now. Some very nice little villages up here, must admit. An area I've only ever seen when picking up the other bike is kind of somewhere you breeze past on the dual carriageway on your way to York. But there's some very pretty little villages around here. Well, this road's pretty bumpy. This is a good test. I think obviously the Bear versus this, the Bear has a better suspension. It has more travel. It's a bumpy, but this is pretty smooth. These are some potholed roads. I mean, there's some massive potholes here which I'm going to avoid. But actually, you know what? Maybe the Bear's not better than that. Maybe that's maybe I'm misremembering, or maybe I was going faster over other roads. I don't know. But that, to be honest, doesn't feel bad at all. It is firm, but maybe not quite as firm as the Bear is. But it's only 90 mils of travel versus 115, so it's going to bottom out if anything's too heavy, I'm sure. God, the state of these roads, aren't they? At least these are all marked up. You can see they're going to come and repair them at least, but they don't look too clever, do they? So yeah, in terms of comfort then, obviously, the ride comfort's fine. Nice and smooth bike. I forgive it any bumps because, say, it's not looking to replace a Himalayan, this is looking as a second bike. Weekend fun bike. And this kind of ticks the boxes for that. Saddle comfort, seat comfort is good. It's quite a sculpted seat. It feels actually wider than the Himalayan and the Bear because it's kind of got that sculptedness to it. It holds you in place, so all good there. The bars, I'm gonna have to sit on the shotgun in the showroom because I don't remember, but I think these are slightly more swept back than the shotgun. I do wonder whether one of the other differences is the rake of the front forks as well, because it has got those different forks on it, which because it does feel slightly lazier turning than I remember the shotgun feeling, but that could also just be the way of the wheels and the different forks. I think it has got a bit more weight to it, only a few kilos difference, which in fairness is probably down to those wheels and those forks, but into Long Marston. So yeah, no, comfort, all good. Interestingly, I mentioned on the Bear ride that I thought the switch blocks were angled down a little bit. This is very similar, actually. They are kind of more angled down than the Himalayan, so maybe that's just normal for the bike. But yeah, again, I do love all this. It just looks really nice. It is a heavy bike, yeah, but then everything does feel like it's hewn out of granite. I mean, the build on it is just lovely. So I suppose one comes hand in hand with the other. You want it to feel like a robust quality product, you know, made well, made like a gun. There you go. There's the strap line. And yeah, it is. It's a big, heavy metallic object, but a very, very pretty one. Very much like a gun. You have a look at the detail on shotguns, but they are, as in sorry, shotguns are the actual guns, not the bike. They are very, very, very ornate in some cases. York, I wasn't paying attention to the road signs. As much as I do love the digital display on my bike and on the Bear, there's something very nice about the analog dashes, and I think it just suits this kind of bike. So these roads are pretty bumpy, but I don't feel like I'm being jostled around too much. So I think there is merit in the Bear, in the shotgun versus the Bear as a nice kind of B-road machine. This one clearly, I mean, the Classic is, it doesn't need to be a practical bike because you're not going to do big miles on it. It's a Sunday Bimble bike, isn't it? It's built for these kind of roads, cruising around, just having a nice time in the sunshine. And I have no doubt it will do that very well. And it's got more than enough going in it, though. I mean, there is more power to the Bear, on paper. Couldn't push either. Oh, sorry, it's a little bit gravelly around here. Yeah, on paper there's a little bit separating them, but not much. But riding normally, you don't really feel it, and this is more than quick enough. I know the Classic 350 is a little bit on the slow side, with the 20 brake horsepower, but this is more than enough. Oop, messed that one up. Excuse me, bad riding. And I suppose in other terms of practicality, I noticed as I was filming back there just now on the Walkaround. My God, this one's strewn with gravel. I wonder if they've had new surfaces here fairly recently. It looks like there's loads of chippings around, but then the surface looks worn. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, as I was taking the Walkaround video, one thing occurred to me. Problem I didn't have on my Guzzi V7 with the twin exhaust, but this one's obviously chain driven. So presumably to do any kind of chain maintenance on it, you're going to have to drop the exhaust can off, which is maybe it's not the end of the world if it's not a high mileage bike, but it's a bit of a faff, isn't it? So yeah, I guess you're balancing the lovely sound of this. Oh yeah, there we go, new chippings. Right, I have to be a little bit careful along here. This road is clearly new and absolutely covered in chipping, so I'd like to stay on the bike today, please. So we'll go a little bit gentle around here. So yeah, there's that sound, which I'd say the Bear's probably got 90% of it. You just hear slightly more of the engine and slightly less of that bass note from the exhaust behind you. Oh, don't think you should be out, buddy. And I also think, in terms of practicality, this particular 650 Classic, in fact, all in the clear 650 Classics, because they've all got the shiny metal engine casing and chrome headers and a lot of polished silver on them, I think you are going to spend a lot of time cleaning your bike. I don't mind cleaning bikes, I quite like detailing things. Bloody hell. Alright. I don't know if the camera's picking this up because it's grey on grey, but there are some thick mounds of gravel from the chippings. I hate these temporary, well, they are temporary road surfaces, aren't they, really, where they just kind of bitumen and then pour a load of this gravel down and roller it in and expect it to stay there. There we go, normal tarmac, that's better. I'd actually rather have this slightly pothole stuff than that. That's awful. Oh, that brake is strong. That rear brake, I'm not touching the front, right? 40 miles an hour. If you touch the back brake, I'm going to get past this van first. I'll slow down coming to this corner. Won't touch the front brake. Slow sign, 40 miles an hour. It locks up the rear actually, but that's 30 miles an hour. Very, very quickly. Very strong rear brake on this. I think these are twin pot calipers on the back. I think my Himalayan's a single pot caliper, as is the Bear. So that makes a difference. But it is a slightly heavier lump to stop as well, isn't it? So yeah, sorry, I was saying, in terms of maintenance, this is going to take a lot more cleaning because of the chrome and the polishing, so you'd be used to that. But I mean, if they were to bring out a dark edition of this like they have with the 350 or even the military one, or even a Bullet, I mean a Bullet 650, which I'm sure will come at some point, I think that would really suit it, and that would make it slightly lower maintenance in terms of time spent polishing at least. The position's better on this one in terms of I feel more upright. I don't feel as close to the mirrors. Oh wow, this is a bit of a lovely little village. I should have stopped to do the walk around here. I was going to pull in for a second. Oh, a beautiful little place. I've no idea what the village is called, but I'll work it out from the map once I'm done, and I'll put it on the screen now so you can see where we are. And I have Bugsy in my visor, which is even better. Just open that, get rid of him a second. It's the only trouble with rural rides, isn't it? Lovely roads, not many cars, but yeah, absolutely covered in bugs. Oh. And unlike the Himalayan, this one will pull away in third gear when I forget to change down. That's pretty good. So yeah, I think the darker versions of this will be very nice. Just such a lovely roar to it. Brakes are strong. These levers are the same, I think, as the ones on the Bear, which I did like. It's got a nice feel to them. And I'm hoping this road will take us back kind of the way we've come from. Although I may have to pull in and just have a quick look at the map in a minute just to be sure. Okay, this road's pretty bumpy as well, and yeah, it has more bounce, I think. I think maybe that's where the Bear differs. The Bear is firmer, so even though it's got more travel, the firmer setup means it does bounce you off the seat a little bit. Whereas this, yeah, there's more spring in it, so you kind of feel a little bit of a spring afterwards. The Bear definitely handles better than this. I think that's no surprise. It does make me wonder actually whether the Bear would also handle better than the Shotgun overall, although it's taller and got a bigger wheel on the front. Yeah. Just that addictive engine note. Really hope the mic's picking it up. So what do you think? Would you go for a shotgun, or do you go for the Bear? Or do you think there's enough charm in this Classic 650 if it's a second bike? I'm not sure. I'm not sure on the 650 Classic. I think it is a bit unwieldy. I think maybe if I was going to do a Classic, I'd go for the lower powered one, because say as a Bimbler, you may as well properly Bimble and just putt along happily. It doesn't have the engine of this one, but I do love the sound of that single 350. It's got a lovely thump to it. And of course you can get bullets in Classic 350s for a couple of thousand, whereas this is a nigh on £7,000 machine, so alright, so where are we now then? Let's just pull in and have a look. Right, off we go again. We are indeed going in the right directions. Well, if bikes are about emotion and feel, this is definitely, oh god, partridges, definitely got the feels. There's a lot of vibration through that seat. I mean, yeah, fourth gear at 60 miles an hour, and yeah, fair bit of vibration there, but still feels very nice. So let's avoid the gravel, and let's avoid the car. Okay, let's slow down. So yeah, you can push on what you want to. I think is what where the shotgun comes in, because it's got that slightly better agility, but then perhaps that's misguided. Perhaps the Bear felt lovely to ride. The Bear felt as agile as my Himalayan did. Very difficult to separate the two. I think ultimately I'm going to have to buy one of these and try it and see if I like it or not. You're always long enough for the next bike, but I don't think I can justify 3. I probably would struggle to fit. Yeah, just bottomed out the suspension on that dip. Yeah, I think I probably struggle to fit 3 in my garage anyway. So what do you think? What would you go for? Bear or shotgun? If I was to go for the Bear, I think it's been pointed out in a lot of the comments for the last video, actually you can make it work for you, even if you weren't happy with the suspension. There's YSS, I forget the other one that was mentioned to me. But yeah, there's manufacturers of shocks that you can replace the standard shocks on there and improve it significantly. And those YSS shocks on Hitchcocks, they're about £450 when I had a look, and that was, yeah, first place that came on Google. I'm sure maybe there's better ones than that. I have no idea how difficult it is changing rear shocks. I'm guessing there's a bit of compression needed to get them on, but you know, you need to learn some mechanics at some point, don't you? Because I always do that. And there's somebody else commented about the bars, that it wasn't particularly comfortable with the bar position. That felt like it was too far forward, made the mirrors not very useful. So I'd definitely like something that maybe wider, maybe a little bit higher, and yeah, that would improve it. So those things look like they're fairly easily done. I think that's where we turned down to start with. So yeah, definitely go the right way then, because this is the road we came in on. So back down into Tadcaster. Well, that's about good timing actually. That's again, they gave us an hour, no questions. It was a little bit more informal and relaxed, shall I say, than the local dealer to me. It was just like, do the same license details, got the bike over, started up, and then just disappeared, didn't say anything else. I called after, said, oh, am I good to go? He said, yeah, go mate. I said, how long? He went, an hour, that'll be fine. Just all very relaxed. Bike's got plenty of fuel in it again, so I quite like that. I didn't have to mess around with stopping to fill up. I've done test rides in the past where you're literally running on vapour. So yeah, all very nice. So the guys at Eddy's over in Tadcaster are lovely. I would happily come back here and buy my next bike from here as well. Got a good selection in there too. I'll have a look in the showroom afterwards. Pros and cons then of this particular bike. If I was looking to buy a classic 650, which I mentioned I'm not, I'm looking to buy a shotgun, but if I was looking to buy a classic 650, what would my pros and cons be? Cons to start with, I guess, well, as I mentioned before, I think you're going to spend more time cleaning one of these than you are riding it, because there's a lot of chrome work. Other cons, what would I say? There's not very many, to be honest. I think weight has to be one, I guess, because it is heavier than the equivalent shotgun because of those wheels, so it does feel slightly more cumbersome. But pros, I mean, for this bike, yeah, the pros I think outweigh any of the cons on this bike, and very easy to come to the conclusion, aren't they? Because one is that engine. I mean, any bike fitted with this beautiful 650 engine, that has to be a pro. On this particular bike with those twin exhausts, same as the shotgun, the sound is fabulous. And the third pro of this one, I mean, well, just look at it. It is a beautiful machine. And you get out close to it, and the pictures don't do it justice. It's often the case with vehicles like this, but yeah, you get out close, and it's just a lovely thing. The detail on it, yeah, just a very, very nice bike, and one I would be more than happy and quite proud to have in my garage. This is Tadcaster. Anyway, yeah, let me know what you think below. Please do comment, like and subscribe as always. Appreciate you watching. Yeah, tell me what you think. What would you have, shotgun or bear? Obviously, then there's the other things people already mentioned, like the BSA Scrambler. Definitely have to consider that at some point as well once it comes out. I'd love you to get a test ride on one of those. But for now, if I'm buying something this year, more than likely going to be a shotgun or a bear. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.